So even if you're a half serious pickleball player, somewhere on the line, you would want to get a pickleball machine to help you drill. Now, pickleball machines comes in different ranges. The really good ones are rather expensive for a good reason, and then you have some really, really low-end ones. I'm so glad that A11N, one of my favorite brand, came out with this, I would say, mid-range ball machine that it's very good because it has a lot of adjustment. The only thing that's different from the high-end machines is the adjustments are manual. So these dials lets you set the trajectory of the ball in many different ways. And then the other thing is, obviously, there isn't a 100 or even an 80 ball capacity. The balls are going to be rolling down these little chutes, and you can hold about 19 of them in total. So you need to reload every 2 minutes or so. So I would recommend maybe even have with two people, one person can be reloading and the machine will be constantly feeding. So I'm going to show this thing on the court in use obviously later. For now, I just want to go through the parts. So this is the bulk of the machine. This is the base. It takes one of these dual axle kind of power plug that goes into here, and then you can adjust the angle by this little guy. So you pull this screw out. It's kind of hard to do on the side. Then you can change the angle of the outlet if you like. And then these two guys are where the motors is. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Let you see it. So you see the little wheel. All right. So that's what fires the ball out. And then by holding this thing down, you can basically change the angle of the motor up and down by 1 notch. So if they're equal and it goes this way, you can have it do top spin, back spins, and then if you have them at different directions, you end up side spinning the ball one way or the other. I think if I show it to you on the court with the ball coming out, it will make a little more sense. But that is where the magic is. And then what happens is there is a separate piece. This is the rotating base. So this thing is going to rotate like a platform. So if you want to use this, and again, this is not a very expensive machine, right? So you're going to strap this on, and then the base will operate kind of independently by just going left and right at different speeds. So off, high, and low. Now, I think I'm going to leave this off for now and show you the power option. So it comes with a little power adapter. The key thing is this thing. Actually, this thing, the output is 1 amp 6 volt. So it is a very, very low power requirements. So if you have a power source nearby, you can use to power the machine. I think it's actually way easier if you just have any of a modern power brick, right? So this is a 20,000 milliamp, 150 watt power brick, and this thing can power this guy for a long time. Actually, so let me just try it. So it does come with a USB to the power block converter. So I'm going to put this guy in and plug this into the machine here. Turn it on. I'm going to put the mic close to it. You actually hear it spinning up. So I can see it spinning up. There's no ball in there, so that's why there's a red light. And this thing, actually, let me switch it off. So it takes a while for it to spin down. Just stop it. There's a high and low power button as well. So you can adjust the power of the motor on either side, left and right. So low, low, parallel, and so forth. Right. So let me switch it on one more time and drop a ball in and see what happens. All right, so let's gonna try to do this indoor. It will be interesting. I'm gonna put one ball in. There is actually a mechanism that let the ball down one at a time. So let's see. Power on. I'm going to use this guy to catch the ball so that it doesn't go flying off. But let's see what happens here. Whoa, that was something. All right, so I'm not gonna do any more of that indoor. Let me just show you how the assembly works. So they are basically all the same, and I think you just line them up to create this chute. And they kind of just snap together. This is kind of like Lego sets here. I'm going to show you one of these with a close-up. That would help. Let's do one more. And then finally, the top piece. So anyway, so this is as much as I'm going to show you indoors. Let's go to the courts and see how well this thing works. So we're on the courts, and I have the A11 ball machine here. Let's see how well it works. So I have it set up in the middle of the surface box. In fact, I'm going to move it a little bit further up here because that's just a good way to adjust the aim. And I'm going to have the motors set to square, so no spins at all, low power, and the angle is the first thing I want to test. So I'm going to, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have it on the third hole. I'm going to see how it does. Let's get some balls in there. It's kind of windy here, so I don't know what's going to happen. So again, third hole on the angle, straight on the motors, low on the power, and that's what happens. That's too low. And not very strong either. So that's more like drops. So what I like is there's like a delay on starting. So I'm going to switch it off. Load it up with some more balls. And then have the power to high on both sides. So again, third angle, high on the motor power. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that was strangely high. That's low. All right, so I have it set at the fourth angle, getting the ball to the baseline so that I can try to practice the shot drops. So I'm going to switch this back to the third angle and see if that would do better. Third shot drop. But the wind is not helping here today. So those are better. So there was a quick test of the A11N ball machine. What I think it most certainly worked. Today is really, really windy. So if you look at the footage, it's not great, and you can actually tell when the wind is affecting the flight path. But it works pretty well, right? I even did some shot drop and then approach and then do a put away. So that would be a good exercise. I haven't even tested the spin part yet because it's so windy. I think it's just going to be not accurate. And because I'm by myself, I'm doing like 6 balls at a time. But the maximum capacity, it's, I believe, either 18 or 19. And then I should have brought a ball tube to do the pickup a bit faster. And so I think it's great for practice because of the consistency. So even if you have a friend, be one friend can do the ball pickup while the other person do the practice, and that works. And it's quite portable. I have it down using a high capacity 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack, and let's see, it's 5%, so hardly use it at all. I am switching it up in between because I have to go pick up the balls. I wish there's a remote on the power switch. Maybe I can rig something up later, but this thing works pretty well, and I can't wait to try this indoor under more control situation and also test out the spin part of it. So anyway, the A11N ball machine.